Bas, welcome so much to the World Literature Podcast. Great to have you on and to be talking about The Vegetarian with you.
Thank you for having me, Ivan. Thank you.
So, could you start just by saying a little bit about The Vegetarian, why people might be interested in reading it, or other of Han Kang's works?
Uh, Thank you. Yes. I got to the novel partly because the author received the Nobel Prize. But on the other hand, I've always had an interest in literature from the East. I've worked on Kazuo Ishiguro for a long time, so I've been reading various bits and pieces across non-Western literature, shall we say. And of course, this novel, when I read it, it really grabbed me. It's such an intense experience, this novel, and this is why I thought it'd be good to discuss it with you.
Yeah, intense is a word. I mean, it's not fun to read, I wouldn't say.
It isn't. It isn't.
Um, so, as the title suggests, we have a protagonist. Her name is Young Hai, although it's narrated through three different perspectives. But when she abruptly decides to stop eating meat, this is represented, or at least received, as kind of being outrageous to the point of unacceptability by her family and by her peers. So, how do we read this? It's kind of tempting to read it allegorically. Like, does this sort of refusal represent something else? Is it commenting on wider social issues and tendencies, or is it actually about vegetarianism? How do you take it?
It's interesting, and yeah, yes, particularly the literary mind and the academic mind will obviously reach out for metaphors and symbols and start to read it on many different levels. But as you were kind of indicating, on a basic level, this is about not eating meat and the ethics of eating meat and how do we consume in the world. And of course, we can then relate it to other ideological issues, maybe the patriarchy and the history of how we have been instilled in living and leading our lives, basically. But on the one hand, yes, it is simply about sort of deciding not to eat meat, and maybe not even for ethical reasons, because the protagonist stops eating meat because she has a dream. And yeah, it's really interesting that this kind of intense dream that she has such a strong impact on her, and that is why this kind of nightmarish vision that she has triggers her vegetarianism.